Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau have been, defeated. Well, this time he's not technically defeated or mechanically defeated. He has been defeated, and not by the Nigerian soldier, not by the Nigerian Air Force, but by a swap, a faction that left Boko Haram, that broke their allegiance with Boko Haram, and they are standing on their own. But before you hurriedly believe the news or the rumor or the trending news, you must understand that this Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau have been killed so many times. I mean, to the point that even myself, I am tired of the news. Until I see his dead body, that's when I will believe that he has been killed. I am tired of hearing news of his technical defeat or pseudo defeat or audio defeat. We are tired of it because since 2009, when Boko Haram started terrorizing the northern Nigeria, this man, who is the supposed leader of the faction, the group, Islamic group, the group, he has been defeated online and through the news headlines and through the Nigerian military publication. But time after time, he keep releasing videos and making fun and joke of his death news. So the news today is ISWAP attacks Boko Haram in Sambisa. The ISWAP is the Islamic State of West African Province. Now, they reportedly launched an attack on their fellow terror group, that's Boko Haram, in Sambisa Forest, Borno State. ISWAP, like I said, split from the mainstream Boko Haram faction in 2016 and has risen to become more dreaded with a different ideology. From its terrible base on the banks and islands of Lake Chad, this jihadist group, ISWAP, they are waging a guerrilla war across the northeastern part of the country. They have challenged the ideas of Boko Haram. Reports say the group may have had enough from the Abubakar-led faction, as the Boko Haram. As the aim of this ISWAP is to gain more grounds and become dominant, maybe more than Boko Haram. So the update is that this ISWAP, they had a face-off with Boko Haram, and their fighters with over 50 gun trucks, they stormed Sambisa Forest. They dislodged Boko Haram field commanders and fighters, and they also forced them to surrender or get killed. So currently, their leader, the Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau's whereabouts is unknown. And report has it that he blew himself up because he didn't want to surrender. He didn't want to surrender to ISWAP, so he blew himself up. Wow. I hope that's true. I hope the news or the rumor is true, that at least for over 10 years, more than 10 years, that Nigeria have been under the terror of this Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau and their group. At least we can have rest in the northern part of the country. So, even though the news of Abubakar Shekau's death is trending on Twitter, the authorities of Nigeria have not confirmed the news. It's trending, it keeps trending because it will always trend on Twitter. There's many Twitter on social media. This is not the first time, like I said before, that the news of his death will trend or will come out. So, one is this. Though the federal government and the Nigerian army have not confirmed the news, there are multiple number of times that the news of Abubakar Shekau's death made headline. Now, the first time the report of Shekau's death came out was in 2009. In 2009, security forces launched operation against the Boko Haram group, killed hundreds of them. Then the news came out that Shekau died that time, but later he reappeared inside in a video and posted on internet. Less than a year after the news came out that he died, he came up again. That one happened in 2009. Then in 2013, August 2013, Nigerian army said they have injured Boko Haram. They badly injured him when they carried out a raid at Boko Haram base in Sambisa Forest. And one video they made this they gave this report, in August 2013. September, one man also came up who claimed that he is Shekau, said they have not killed him. So I don't know if this guy or this man, Abubakar Shekau, maybe he has 9 lives. As such, that 9 lives should all be killed for us to, get total rid of him. Another time also, the news of Shekau death came out was in 2014. Nigerian army said that he died in a battle at Kodunga that lasted from a gun battle that lasted from September 12 to September 14. Even Cameroonian military, they backed the claim when they posted a photo to show that he died. Posted one photo that Abubakar Shekau died, but it didn't last long. Another video came up again. Shekau again made made joke of that news also, and said that they have not killed him. Again in 2015, the president of Chad, Idris Deby, said the one that died in the hand of bandits terrorizing the Chad also. The man said that Boko Haram own is gone. They have finished Boko Haram. Another leader have taken over from Shekau. That is the president of Chad, not currently, he's late now. He said that they have killed Abubakar Shekau, and another leader has been made in their group. So this time, it was an audio through which Shekau used to reply and say that he has not died. In 2016 again, the Nigerian Air Force announced that they have injured Shekau badly, killed some other leaders during the airstrike in Taye village on August 19, 2016. This time, even on YouTube video, it appeared, it showed live. Shekau manifested live that he has not died. So in 2016, news came out that Boko Haram broke into the group that broke from Boko Haram is this called ISWAP, Islamic State for West African Province. And the news currently that we have that is trending now, those that are responsible for killing the Hydra-headed monster called Abubakar Shekau, that is the ISWAP-led faction, that they have killed him. And the report has it that he blew himself up because he didn't want to surrender to ISWAP that broke from him, so he blew himself up. Boko Haram, as we all know, many of us know, has been terrorizing the northern Nigeria for over 10 years now, and they are behind the increasing kidnappings inside the northern region, including the Chibok girls, 270 school girls from Chibok town, also including the March 2018 100 girls of government girls secondary school Dapchi. So they have done a lot. They have done so many horrible things to our dear and beloved country, Nigeria. In Nigeria alone, they have killed more than 1,000 people. Since 2009, Boko Haram have killed more than 1,000. They have killed thousands of people and scattered millions of people, rendered so many homeless. So the news of his death is not going to impress us. We are not going to me, I don't know for others, I'm not going to accept it in a hurry, because I will wait till I see his dead body, till I see his dead body displayed on camera, even on video. That is when I will believe, because technical defeat, audio defeat, pseudo defeat is not enough to convince us that he has been killed. And this is not just the news that is trending today. Another one is the news of ban of open grazing. Southern governors met and they placed a ban on open grazing, and also placed a ban on transportation of cows by foot. I mean, this is something that is common to the northerners who are rearing cows, who are doing grazing. What they do is that someone from Kano can start coming to the east even by foot. Someone from the north can start coming to the east, not even by transport, by foot. They will start coming to the east by foot with their cows. And not just that they are coming, by foot. These cows will enter people's farmland and destroy crops, eat them up, and all that. They are rearing their cows at the expense of, subsistence farmers in the east, and also commercial farmers in the east. So when Abubakar Malami, Attorney General of the Federation, was asked on his opinion by a Channels TV correspondent, look at what he has to say. He said they resolved to ban open grazing by southern governors. He said that it is equivalent to prohibiting spare parts trading in the north. Are you kidding me? Spare parts trading, those that are trading on spare parts in the north, they have shops. They are not trading at the expense of the people in the north. They are not trading at the expense of the lives of the people in the north. We have had news, not just news, confirmed reports of Fulani herdsmen killing people, killing farmers, rendering many people homeless. And someone who is the Attorney General of the Federation is comparing the ban of open grazing to the ban of selling of spare parts in the north. And to him, it is supposed that many people from the south, many businessmen from the south, they trade spare parts in the north. So his comment is an inflammatory one. He shouldn't have said it. If he had nothing to say, he shouldn't have commented at all, than to make comments that could cause regional war. How can you compare ban of open grazing to selling of spare parts in the north? This happened last Tuesday. Southern governors resolved to ban open grazing and the movement of cattle by foot after a meeting in Asaba. The resolutions of the southern governors, have been greeted with mixed reaction from different parts of the country. When this man was asked, Attorney General, he faulted the decision of the southern governors, saying that it does not align with the provisions of the Constitution. He said it does not hold water in the context of human rights as enshrined in the Constitution. It is about constitutionality within the context of the freedoms expressed in our Constitution. Can you deny the rights of a Nigerian? Nobody is denying this Fulani herdsmen their rights. Now, you can only exercise your right in your environment. You can only exercise your right in the confine of your of your environment. You cannot exercise your right in another person's property. You cannot exercise your right in other people's properties, other people's belongings. You want to exercise your right by practicing open grazing in other people's land. And now, please note that the landmass of Nigeria will have 70% of the lands in Nigeria is in the north. So they have a lot of land actually in the north to practice their open grazing and to do whatsoever thing they want. So he said it is as good as saying they have maybe the northern governors coming together to say they prohibit spare parts trading in the north. So this is immaterial. This is incomprehensible. I don't know how he was able to come up with this idea or with this comment. And then he asked the southern governors to facilitate the amendment of the 1999 Constitution as amended to prohibit open grazing. And he said if you are talking of constitutionally guaranteed rights, the better approach to it is to perhaps go back to ensure the Constitution is amended. Freedom and liberty of movement, among others, established by the Constitution. If by an inch you want to have any compromise over it, the better approach is go back to the National Assembly to say open grazing should be prohibited and see whether you can have the desired support for the constitutional amendment. Right, that's right. That's right. Have you ever seen a northern or a southern going. In fact, Southerners buy lands in the north. They build houses, they build their shops and do their businesses. How many Northerners are buying lands and building houses for their businesses in the east? How many Northerners are buying land in the south to do their open grazing? They just walk as if this is a free man's land. Enter inside people's farmland. Their cows and their cattle will go there and destroy crops. And when they are challenged, they kill people and nothing. They get away with it. So I don't understand how those in power, those who are employed. I mean, we are talking of an Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, making comments that his comparison on the ban of open grazing to the ban of selling us, trading us papers in the north is incoherent. It's only God that will help us. But when we say God will help us, something has to be done. And I stand by that decision by the southern governors on the ban of open grazing. And the ban of open grazing is unchangeable. It remains stiff as it is. And it's to be established. Northern governors have banned. In fact, there are, let's say, Kano. Some places in Kano, you don't trade alcohol. They banned it. You don't sell pork meat because of religious reasons. Now, southern governors are now complaining about it. In fact, El-Rufai, in his government currently, destroyed the hotel. Complete destruction of a hotel, and there was no compensation. And southern governors are saying they didn't say anything about it. Just the ban of open grazing and transportation of cows by foot, which has cost the southerners so much. So many lives have been lost, so many farmlands and crops have been destroyed, and it's as if the whole country is coming to a crash because of just one decision made by the southern government. And to me, I think the southern governors may have been sleeping over time, and it's time for them to rise up and come up with decisions and plan to restructure the south. So what do you guys think of the update of today? Said Abubakar Shekau has been killed, and this is not the first time the news of his death is coming up. And Abubakar Malami saying that ban of open grazing and transportation of cow by foot is like a ban of trading of spare parts in the north. What's your take, guys? Please comment below, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.